And what we have here is, I'm going over this video, bad tactics. Watching the video as I do it, so if the recording doesn't work, I'll have to do it again. So here we are. I'm going to be in the Spitfire, and typical map everybody sees. I think I set my guns to 300 convergence, and I always seem to be at the front of the pack. And then my start off, I know you have to get on two wheels, get your tail off the ground to go faster and go wep. It seems like in the past I've been slow. Now I'm talking to this guy and I'm telling him that, yeah, last time I was in a match on this map, somebody took me out at the take off. So, you know. So I relayed that to him in the chat, and then he goes ahead of me. And I think I was a little gun shy of getting taken out early. So, Spitfire, I think it's the Mark III. I don't know which one it is. It's at the beginning of the screen. But these are not very good battles for me. This is from experiences, and you know, I put these out because I want to get better. Kind of have the idea of what I need to do to get better, and it's not play more, because I play a lot, and it's more like I need to be more what's the right word, strict with my engagements. In other words, most of the time in these matches I feel like I'm alone. You know, there are other people in the matches that are with others, groups. Sometimes I follow the groups. Sometimes my main objective is just to get altitude. I think in this one, this is a few months ago, I think. So things have changed. Let's look at the map now. So what I'm looking at here is I'm trying to get altitude. And as you see my speed, I think I'm at 100. I can't really see it. You can see it on the video better than me. But I don't think I'm at a very good speed. I'm at WEP. I'm trying to get speed up and get altitude at the same time. I know I have to get high, so I start doing these things which kills my airspeed, I know. I think there are some other things that you can do, maybe side turns to get your speed up and not lose altitude, and then gain your speed quicker. And then you can, you know, elevate up a little bit more so that you can get your altitude. A lot of the things that you're seeing in this, you know, me turning on WEP or not turning on WEP, which I have selected on my mouse wheel button. It's also the shift key, but you know, I don't know when people are, how much WEP are people using in game. Do people go full WEP to get their altitude, or do they use it sparingly, or what? I don't know. I have driven into the yellow and even into the red at times before, just to try and get, you know, push the envelope and see where I can go. Here I am trying to just gain some speed and not lose altitude with the roll, which I don't know if that works. I think it slows you down. I'm gradually, and you see by where my team is, I'm not bad compared to where my team is, but my team doesn't seem to be going for altitude. So we're all doing it wrong, maybe. And then very quickly here, you know, as we approach the first engagement zone, it seems like the battle always takes place on this map, in this very first base area, which usually gets wiped out initially if you're on this side. But I don't ever see anybody in the back. I see the guy in the yellow. He took off before me. He's behind me, but he's much higher. And here we have ahead 3, maybe 4 different aircraft that are higher than me, or even with me. There's one over to the far right. And here I am. I'm veering away because I don't want to get close to them head on, because my head on sucks. I can't quite get the aim down because I think I've killed people head on maybe 3 or 4 times at this point in the game. And then out of the blue, here's another guy. It's LA or MiG 3, I think, and he is way up ahead of me, altitude-wise. So here I am. There's to my right. There's probably 3 or 4 aircraft above me, and now there's 3 of my teammates down low. One is surrounded by 4 different aircraft. Another one has got another on his tail, and they're screaming for help and help, you know, all this stuff. So again, here's another question. You know, when you go to somebody's aid, you know, I know that there's some hardcore people out there that are going to say, if the dummy puts himself in a bad position, that doesn't mean you have to go rescue him. So this person down there, this Spitfire, is it 2 Spitfires? Yeah, 2 Spitfires are being tag teamed by 3 and 4 different planes, and here I am just diving right into it without really. It's almost a head-on. I'm going to overshoot drastically. I shoot at nothing at both of the planes, and then I give my tail to them. Yes, I have the speed, but instead of going up, I just continue on. Because ahead of me, there's another aircraft coming down at me, and over here is another one even close by, and I get a hit on him, which is my sole points in the game, I think, which is under 100 or just at 100. And then immediately I'm engaged. I have a guy on my tail. I'm at low. I'm turning poorly. I am traveling, you know, 200 miles an hour, but I'm not doing anything to try and evade per se. I'm just getting hit and hit and hit and hit. And it's just a matter of time, you know. My how to evade actions are just extremely poor at this point in the game. This is, I think, in June. But my airplane is just, I've just abused the hell out of it. And here's the coup de grace, as you say. Yeah, that's no fun. And this is the beautiful aircraft I was flying. And here we go into another battle. Excuse me. I hope this is recording. And what am I in here? Can't even see it on the screen I'm looking at. Looks like another Spitfire, the turboprop one. Maybe it's the same thing. So here I am. This is a different map, and again, similar situations, you know, but this time I'm at the end of the trail, going up my teammates, and I don't know what happened to this guy right up on my right here. I don't know anyway. He just, I don't know what he's doing. He's gonna crash or something. Hey, what's the speed on the runway that you can travel? Is it too fast and your gear will break out? I don't know. But yeah, you'd think he would have gotten off the ground a little bit quicker than that. Maybe he's been a bomber. I don't know. So here I am again, and I'm at 170 miles an hour, which is nothing. And I'm just gradually, you know, with my nose up to try and get some altitude. And then everybody else that took off just before me, they're all, you know, good ways above me, plus in front of me. You know, these guys are 4 miles ahead of me. And higher. You know. So one of my main issues is altitude at this point. I think I've gotten a little bit better at it, but again, this is back in June. I think this video was taken, and I'm just looking at the map, seeing what I got ahead of me. It's always good to know where the enemy air base is, where they take off from, whether they're coming from the right and left initially, and then usually if you have crappy altitude like I do, I go away from at a much too steep angle actually, but Here I am at 130 miles an hour. And the first bomber appears to me already to my right. It's not in this frame right now, but and then other attack planes are coming into view. But very quickly you find that the enemy is at a much greater altitude than me, and I think this is going to be a very short mission, but kind of is what it is, I think. So when to engage, when not to engage, who to engage with, who to not engage with. These are some of the questions that I always have and have not perfected yet. I seem to, the closest person or somebody in jeopardy, actually the other way around. If I see a teammate in jeopardy, I would jump in regardless, if it was head on or if it was putting my ass in a bad position or whatever it may be. There could be an enemy high above my teammate and one on my teammate, and I'll dive in, giving my tail to the high altitude fighter. The one that has the energy, the one that has the speed, the one that has position, everything. So I think I've made almost every mistake there is in the book with this type of thing. I'm sure you'll see it here very quickly in this video as soon as I get closer to the battle. Again, I'm concerned. I want to maintain my speed. I want to be in a better position, higher altitude, but I'm not exactly going up right now. You see that there's like an F6F going after that. I don't know what it is. Can't see it. So they're you know, it's a pretty boring mission so far because I'm tail Charlie. But as you see, there's red below me to the left, killing one of my teammates, and there's a blue right behind him, or if it's the other way, I don't know. Maybe it's like one guy took out two. So I decide to engage. It's a 109, BF 109, going after a, what is it? I can't even see it. I think he's getting tossed quick. But here we have another F, whatever, 400, whatever. So I just spray at him, don't even hit him. Just waste ammo. And now I'm going for altitude, trying to look around and use my control keys. I'm working on the C view and you know, AD, SW, you know, for my control. Try and get better views on what's going on behind me. My aiming is really bad. I'm hitting, but you see I'm just kind of holding the button down. Now I critted this guy and then ran right into him. How stupid could I be? So here we go. We're into the end of the video. Questions? And if you have any answers for those, I'd appreciate it.